They said majority draw. They cheated Roach. Roach got robbed.
Rate the performance.
Roach won the story.
Roach won the story. He didn't get the win, but he won.
We just witnessed something we were all never expecting. Tank Davis, the undefeated knockout artist, the pay-per-view star, the so-called face of boxing, going to a draw against Lamont Roach. And not just any draw, a controversial one, filled with questionable officiating, fighter excuses, and boxing fans left wondering if this was the worst robbery they had seen in recent years.
If that was kind of a knockdown, I would win the majority decision. Honestly, I thought I should have won without that, but the rules do state if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count.
First in the line of reaction was Crawford, who for the last few days has made it clear he doesn't like Tank one bit. And he wasn't about to let him off the hook with what he saw as a weak excuse for taking a knee in the 9th round. Crawford went straight to Twitter, no hesitation, no sugarcoating, saying, "Some of y'all need to watch Mayweather versus Hernandez and see Mayweather take a knee because he hurt his hand and it was called a knockdown, not from a punch either."
Why do you think that they didn't take a point off?
The referee missed it. He missed it.
Then he followed up with the knockout punch of tweets. "I never seen someone take a knee and they don't count it as a knockdown. Must have forgot the rules for tonight. They robbed that boy and it's crazy." And just when people thought he was done, he added the finishing blow. Roach won, and that should have been called a knockdown. Let's see what happens. Crawford didn't just criticize the decision, he made it clear that he believed Roach had done enough to win outright. And he wasn't alone in this. Backing up Crawford was His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, the man behind some of the biggest boxing events in the world today. Turki didn't hold back. He called out the bigger issue that had fans upset beyond just the result. The fact that this fight was put behind an $80 pay-per-view wall, only to leave them disappointed. If you charge people $80 for PPV, you must give them a good card with good production. Translation: this event wasn't worth the money, and if Turkey is saying that, you know it's a problem. Because this is a man who's been putting together mega events in Saudi Arabia where fans expect high-quality boxing for the price they pay. If he's hinting that Tank isn't delivering anymore, that's a serious hit to Davis's reputation.
He showed up and, did his thing, but Gervonta Davis is the champ, and it takes, a lot to be able to beat the champ. But Roach definitely had something that we all wasn't expecting, right in the power, his combinations as well.
Then there was Shakur Stevenson, who has been chasing a fight with Tank for a long time now. Despite the controversy, Stevenson made one thing clear: he still wants the fight. Ian even gone shit on dude like he would do me. But I'm still ready and willing to fight, let's make it happen. But he didn't ignore what happened in the ring either. I thought Lamont won though. It was a calm but direct statement. Shakur wanted his shot at Tank, but at the same time, he acknowledged what everyone else was seeing. This wasn't a performance worthy of the so-called face of boxing. But that wasn't the end of all the controversy.
Lamont didn't come in,
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was going to go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
After seeing this performance from Gervonta, do you believe your confidence has gone a little bit more up?
My confidence been up. I've been knew I was the best.
Ryan Garcia, the social media king of boxing, didn't waste a second before jumping in. And when Ryan reacts, you know it's going to get people talking. Lamont won that, simple. No extra words, no hesitation. And then he hit boxing right where it hurts. Not calling that knockdown is the wildest thing I've ever seen in boxing. That type of stuff makes boxing look bad. Then he added the cherry on top. Crazy stuff. See y'all May 2nd. Ryan made sure to let the world know that, unlike Tank, he's still got a fight lined up and doesn't plan on having any controversial draws anytime soon. Danny Garcia, meanwhile, had a different approach. He didn't just focus on the fight, he used this as a moment to remind everyone why Floyd Mayweather was in a league of his own. That's why I always say, that's how you know how great Floyd Mayweather was. Because no matter who he fought and how close, he always won. Even if he was supposed to beat somebody easily, he still did it. That's why boxing is better when you fight the best. If you lose, you lost to a fighter like you, a dog like you. But if you lose to a fighter with less of a name and you're supposed to win, or have a performance like this, it hurts. It hurts your resume a little bit. Not to the people who love you, but to the people who really know boxing. Danny wasn't outright saying Tank is finished, but he was pointing out that performances like this can damage a fighter's legacy. And considering how often Tank has been compared to Floyd, this was a reminder that he hasn't reached that level yet. Then, there was the post-fight madness. Tank, clearly frustrated with the reaction he was getting from the crowd, tried to explain what happened. When you are sweating incest like that, the grease came into my face and it burnt my eyes. Yo, why y'all booing like I'm talking nonsense? That didn't do much to calm anyone down. If anything, it made things worse, because what fans wanted to hear was accountability, not an excuse about hair grease.
Take a knee or touch the canvas, blood, and it's through to a punch, or even if you hurt and you go down, that's a knockdown. That's what I know from the rules of boxing.
Roach, on the other hand, handled things like a man who believed he had won. Gervonta is a great fighter. I thank him for the opportunity to show the world, to all the people that were doubting me, all the people that were talking rubbish, all the fake boxing media. Even though I didn't win tonight, I thought I did, but that's a win for me in my book. But we not satisfied. We need a real W. But if you voluntarily take a knee and the ref starts counting, that should be a knockdown. If that's a knockdown, I win the fight.
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that.
There was no need for a translator there. Roach made it plain and simple. He should have won, and he wants justice for it. This whole situation also raises serious questions about Tank's future. Before the fight, Davis had mentioned that he only wanted to fight 3 more times before retiring. Now, with a controversial draw on his record, does he still stick to that plan? Does he chase a rematch with Roach to clear his name? Or does he move on to bigger fights, hoping fans forget this ever happened?
He still had rounds to go. He was in the 8th round.
He was good. We just couldn't figure out why he wouldn't pick it up.
Right. And so I think it was maybe a lack of focus.
And then there's the matter of Calvin Ford. Tank's longtime trainer wasn't in his corner for this fight. Could that have played a role in his performance? It's certainly something people are talking about, because whether you believe in the impact of a coach or not, something was clearly off about Tank in this fight. But sympathy? Tank didn't get any of that from other boxing pros. They were clear. This wasn't a performance worthy of a champion, and many believe Roach should have been the rightful winner.
Over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing.
However, things might be taking a new turn. If the talk is true, Turkey Alalshikh is already working on a Devin Haney versus Tank Davis fight. Devin Haney himself wasted no time trolling Tank Davis after the fight. I was waiting for the backflip, Haney posted, mocking Tank's signature celebration move that was nowhere to be seen after this fight. It was a clear dig, suggesting that Davis had nothing to celebrate after struggling against an opponent many expected him to dominate. Haney has been one of Tank's biggest critics, and this moment only gave him more ammunition. He's also been calling out Davis for years, questioning his resume and the level of competition he faces. This draw only reinforced what Haney and others have been saying. Tank isn't as unbeatable as he thinks. Terrence Crawford took it even further, saying Tank has never been the elite talent he believes himself to be. To Bud, this fight proved that Davis is vulnerable and would be completely exposed against a real sharp boxer. Tank ain't what he thinks he is, Crawford stated. Shakur, Devin, or even Keyshawn would break his ego worse than Roach just did. Crawford didn't hold back, essentially dismissing Davis as an overrated fighter who's been carefully matched up to maintain his undefeated record. In his view, a technician like Shakur Stevenson, a relentless pressure fighter like Devin Haney, or even the young, hungry Keyshawn Davis would completely dismantle Tank in a way that would shatter his confidence. If that happens, then the controversy from this fight will quickly be forgotten, because that would be one of the biggest fights in boxing today. But will Tank take that fight? Or will he try to run it back with Roach first? What do you think? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.